funny being honest about your emotions, and if you're not honest, what is the point in life? You're just pretending to be something that you're not. And yet I am apprehensive. I am feeling that level of anxiety before being dropped in, which I didn't expect because I have got a lot of desert island experience now, and I've been through quite a bit of hardship on islands before. But there is a sort of rising feeling of apprehension in my body at the moment. If I'm really honest, it's fear. In theory, I should smash this. In theory, I've got bags of experience, but that feeling never goes away. It's time to go.
I'm about to be dropped in the middle of the Pearl Islands, an archipelago off Panama. Just a stone's throw from my current home of Costa Rica.
I can see the island! It looks like it's about 2 kilometers across. Huge beaches! Palm trees!
But with the tide quite high, there's nowhere for the helicopter to land. Which means that I'm gonna have to jump. This island may look like paradise, but it's the dry season. Daily temperatures can hit 40 degrees Celsius, making heat stroke a real danger. The lack of fresh water here means dehydration is a very real possibility, and the surrounding seas are packed full of sharks and American crocodiles. After the adrenaline rush of that helicopter drop, I need a moment to compose myself.
What a place! Wow! Look at the birds! Look at those! I can't quite believe I'm doing this. I came onto a desert island 10 years ago for the first time ever, and the effects of isolation undeniably got to me. I had a breakdown. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. I could cry. That's so pathetic. I could cry. That worked. And I guess this time, it's like my second chance. It's like, okay, you've worked through your demons. You've now got 4 children, a beautiful wife, and a comfortable life. What will be the biggest challenge? Will I be able to absolutely smash it? Or are there still lessons to learn? I suspect so. If you look up the beach, about halfway up, there's just a slight grey patch on the beach. That means that there is a water source that's sort of leaking slowly down the beach and into the sea. From the air and initial impressions, it's paradise. And then you look at the amount of human rubbish on the beach. That is so sad. In my lifetime, this has changed so much. Beaches did not used to look like this. One of the things that's the most striking, first of all, is that I am not going to need to make any natural cordage. I mean, that rope is big enough to tow a ship. This is almost paracord. This is kind of fishing net as well. It's painful to see, it's sad to see, but there is so much stuff that I could use.
But I can't let that distract me too much. Water is my priority.
You see down there? There's a darker patch at the bottom of that gully that looks like it could be a sign of water. I think it's worth a little dig. See, it's just squelching, nasty stuff. This could have been a freestanding freshwater pool, but it's certainly dried up now. I wonder if I can get down towards it. No. and just straight down to rock. There's no water underneath it, unfortunately. Ah, that stinks. That's frustrating. That is actually really frustrating. Which makes the concept of building a base on this beach less attractive. I could potentially follow this lowland down through the scrub and see if it ends up at a lower point which still has water. Ow! 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 Ow, ow, ow! That's why I've got spines in my feet. Can you see this horrible black palm above me? This stuff is nasty. I'm getting out of here. Ow! Okay, other foot's now got a thorn in it. That was sticking into my foot. No way. Impossible. Let's go back, get some shade, chuck the drone up, make a plan when you've got more information. This is quite useful, actually. So I'm able to go up and over the trees and look at an area that I wouldn't have been able to have eyes on if it weren't for this drone. Okay, on the far side of that point, there's another beach, but it's quite small, so it might have limited resources. Then there's another longer beach. Looks, I would say, similar in size to the beach I'm on here, but it does look like it's got more sort of rock pools, and it looks like it's got a nice raised area as well at the back, which could make a really nice camp. There's a re-entrant, quite a distinct dark patch on the screen, and by re-entrant I mean gully. Darker area, you can tell that there's a dip in the ground, and if there is a water source, that might be where it is. Tell me that is not a useful bit of kit. That could have saved me days worth of exploration on foot. I think I need to move 2 beaches that way around the island, which is north. There's no point in going through any of the other survival priorities until I've established a source of water. 1, 2. It's about 2 hours till last night, which makes it about 4 p.m. Maybe about 3:30, actually. Got a few little last-minute acquisitions. This is my little very own Wilson to hug at night, and a little polystyrene foam pillow to put my head on. I can feel the temperature dropping now that the sun's gone down, and quite a strong wind, actually. I need to build myself a little windbreak out of sand. Already on day 1, those roller coaster emotions. Elated, high on adrenaline when I arrived. Then the ever apparent fact that this beach doesn't have a water source. Just started to kind of send me on a slight downwards, and I'm kind of trapped. And it's quite an unsettling feeling. Survival in paradise entry has kind of been tarnished. Everyone needs something to hug, don't they? That's it from me. Morning. It's day 2. The wind is now picking up, and it's just chilled me to the point where I had to stand up because I'm coughed.
The tidal range here is one of the biggest in the world, where the high tides are massive, which could prevent me from getting to my water source.
Having established that the interior is kind of impenetrable and I guess out of bounds for me, I'm just going to try and walk around the coastline and it should be able to cut through. That gully's quite shallow and go round.
At the moment, both daily low tides are at night, and I don't want to risk scrabbling around on these rocks in the dark.
It's a sheer drop off into the water. It's becoming harder to find places to put my feet and indeed to hold on to. I don't think this is possible. I could swim round. Problem is floating all the kit round, and there are sharks here, and I'm not the strongest of swimmers.
So I need to make a raft. And as we've seen, I may be stranded in paradise, but I'm surrounded by resources.
It is a stark reminder just how much we're messing up the planet. Okay, I am 6 foot, 1.80 m tall, 6'1" actually. Even if I'm lying down, it's 1 meter longer than I am. I'm gonna use it. To carry the weight of me and my bag, I need it to get higher, so I need to add buoyancy. Whereas that piece of buoyant foam, it's gonna make a lovely seat. I have to get out of the sun now though. I'm just absorbing too much sunlight. I don't have sun protection. This is getting a bit silly.
A scavenged green coconut offers a reviving electrolyte-rich drink.
Decided to keep the flat side of the top board down. This needs tying on now. Think it's time to make a knife out of a bit of metal. Yes, yes, yes. It's more of a saw blade shape, I guess, isn't it? But that'll do me. The back's bent over, so that won't cut me. But this side, that I've just snapped off, I'm going to sharpen on a rock. It's not bad. That's pretty sharp. Back at camp, Ed puts his new knife to the test. Seven draws across a piece of string. Forgotten how many hours go into a boat. To say I'm knackered is an understatement. I feel overexposed to the sun. I feel hungry, thirsty, and need to lie down. Today was hard, but I've got to be grateful that I've managed to evolve my boat concept to a level where I've made it, and I can launch tomorrow, all going well. But with hardly any calories going into my system, and the scorching island heat starting to burn my skin, I'm nowhere near thriving yet. I think I'm gonna sleep well. I'm exhausted. Morning. Been battered by the wind last night, absolutely battered. It's still cold, the sun's not come up yet, but I'm hungry and thirsty, and I know I'm gonna have to expend a lot of energy today. Here's an owner. That is a noni, or a vomit fruit. Okay, that's a bit harder. Right, I'm going to wash this in the sea because it's covered in sand. Obviously, that's packed full of sugars and carbohydrates. It's something I've been very, very lacking. If you put that on a plate in front of anybody, of any nationality, they would spit it out. It's like carb, battery acid and vomit. It's what it almost tastes like. A festering wound. But I already feel better. I can already feel the carbs. They bring your brain alive. It's the maiden voyage. Let's see if it floats. I'm going to test it with me without my bag first of all.